So what we want to do first is we'll make some changes to the home page. But before we actually go in and do some editing, let's just take a quick look at the demo site, just so we can get a better understanding of what pages do what and how some of the editing will work. So the first page that we're looking at here is what we call obviously the home page. This is the index.html page. And you'll notice that this page, with the layout of it, looks a lot different than this page here. So the template is a little different, and things are positioned obviously differently. The home page has a lot much more content on it, and the interior pages share the same features, being the top title bar, the menu navigation, and obviously contact information, search weblet, why sign up, mobile search, and then obviously our bottom footer. This middle area here obviously just updates depending on the page that you click on, but everything else on the page stays the same. So those are the two most important things to remember with editing the website, is that the home page is what we refer to as a page-specific page. Anything that we change on this front page will only affect this page. It won't change anything else in the website. Anything that we edit on the interior pages, in terms of the top header, the left-hand toolbar, contact info, etc., and then our footer, that is what we call the master template. Anything that we change on that page will change on all the other pages of the website, as they're all associated with the master template. Once we get in and start making some changes, it'll give you a better idea when you see it visually, how everything actually works together. So let's go back into the private office. And we're going to go, here we are in our expanded view of the pages, and we're going to simply go to our quick editor. So this takes us directly into editing this page. So what we can do here is scroll down, and you'll see that the page is broken up into different sections. So each one of these sections is what we refer to as a weblet. And every one of these sections can be edited, they can be moved, and they can be deleted. You'll notice here, if we scroll down, we'll go with this weblet here. So when I mouse over the edit this button, this is what we refer to as a super button. You can do many things with this button. So we can edit this piece of text. We can go to the red X and delete it. We can go to the up arrow and move it above the weblet above us. We can move it below the weblet below. And on the left hand side, we can add content below this weblet, or we can choose to add content above this weblet. So you can add content directly here, or anywhere that you see one of these blue add content buttons, you can add content there as well. So the nice thing about editing these weblets is that every weblet is edited the same way. The only difference is, obviously, depending on the weblet, you're going to be presented with different options. So if we're editing text, we're just going to be given a basic text editor, and we can go in and make our changes to the text. If we're editing our contact info weblet, we have a bunch of different options. Do we want to show our social media icons? Do we want to show our office address? Do I want my photo at the top of the contact info or at the bottom? So again, still edited the same way. It's just depending on what we're doing or what weblet we're editing, we are presented with different options. So let's go and make a couple of quick changes just so you get an idea of how everything works in terms of editing. So let's go in here first, and we're going to edit my contact info weblet. So I'm going to mouse over and click on the edit this. And this takes us directly into the contact info. So we've got a couple options here. We can choose a box or a line style. Do we want the photo above or below? So let's update this simply to move the photo below the contact info. So we won't go through every option because there's obviously a lot here that we can go through. In any one of the weblets, if you're not sure what an option does, you can simply click on the question mark beside it, and it will give you a little pop-up to let you know what you'll be changing. So one of the other things that maybe we'll do here is, let's say that I want to turn off my address. So right now it says hide address. No, I'm going to choose yes. I want to hide that address. So just a couple of basic changes, just give you an idea of how this works. Once you've made the changes, we just want to remember to scroll up and choose Save Weblet. So I'm going to click that. and now we'll scroll down and my changes have been made. Now the nice thing about this is if we go back to the website and click on the home page, the changes have been updated automatically. So my photo went from being at the top to down below, and I've turned off my office information. So very, very easy to go in and make a really simple change to your home page. So let's go back into the home page again, and let's actually start. Well, I'll show you one more edit here in terms of the difference between the two. So obviously different options in the contact info weblet. So let's go and edit a piece of text. So we're going to mouse over and click the edit this. And it now takes us into our basic text editor. So lots of different options here. We've got all your bolding, italicize, underline. We've got all our justifications. You can choose your font family, font size, bullet points, numbering, etc. Lots of different options, standard that come with the text editor. But here it's just basic changes to the text. So if there's a line that you don't want, you can simply delete that line. You can go in and expand the text. You can, obviously tweak the content. And then once you've made some simple changes, it's just a matter of making the changes and then clicking Save Weblet in the top corner here. So what we've done is just updated a simple line. We delete the line, and we can go in, and if we wanted to, we could highlight this bottom text, and we wanted that to bold. We want it to stand out a little bit more. And then all we need to do is click Save Weblet. And it's now updated on the page for us. So one of the other options that we can do is that we can remove weblets as well. So let's say, for example, I want to delete let's delete my hot new listing. I've decided I don't want this listing here. I'm going to add something different instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply mouse over the red X of the super button for this particular weblet. Click it. It's going to always ask me, are you sure you want to delete this weblet? Yes, delete this weblet. And that weblet is now gone. So you can obviously delete weblets as well. One of the other options that you have is you can also reposition weblets. So let's say that I would rather have my welcome to my site text above the map. So all I need to do is, again, back to the super button. I'm going to mouse over, move this up. So I'm going to click it. It gives me the message, you are about to move this weblet up. Yes, move the weblet up on the page. And there we go. Now my text is at the top of the page instead of the map. So lots of flexibility in terms of where you want to position things, if you even want them on the template anymore, as well as where you want them positioned and how you want them laid out. So every weblet, again, edited the same way, repositioned. You can delete it. Full flexibility in terms of how you want the front page to look. So the last thing we want to take a quick look at on this page anyway is adding a weblet. So we could either choose the add content here, or we can add content below like so. So I'm going to click the add content here, and it'll give me the option. I want to add some writing, I want to add a video, I want to add widget code, or show all available weblets. So let's choose show all available weblets. And it's going to give me a list of all the weblets. So we've got a couple of different categories. Let's go to real estate. And we'll go in here and let's choose a featured listing. Again, lots of options here. We won't go through all of them, but we can go in, we'll keep the heading as is. We'll just capitalize the L. And then we can go down and we're going to let the system choose what feature or what listings are going to display. And then we can go in and set a bunch of different options here. So it's not so much the options that we're worried about, but it's just the fact that you can simply go in and add additional content to the page. So let's go up to the top and just simply click Save Weblet. And we'll scroll down. There's our featured listing. So if we go back here and look at our homepage now, we'll give this a quick refresh. All the changes that we've made are now live on the website for people to see. So very, very easy to go in and make some simple changes to your homepage.